Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. In today's exciting episode, look, I made more components for jewellery. So I made loads of mint ones since I saw you last, because I think the last episode you saw was an old episode. Look, there's a little duck and some big round beads and a nugget and flowers.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So this is me just showing you all the ones I've already made. And yes, the mint ones are new, and I counted them all out because you need 20 for each necklace that I'm making. Well, I might make some with 10 and some with 30, but they're going to be sold to fundraise for things. So I don't know. I was looking at other things that get sold at fundraisers, and they're just like, give us money and you can have this. So I guess you don't have to be too strict about price points. But the point is, once I've used up all my beads, which will probably take a year or two at this rate, I'll have to buy more. So I can't just make the prices ridiculously low. Also, I'm firmly anti-slavery, so I don't want to basically give away stuff and all my time free. It's got to be worth more than me just donating the money, if you get what I mean. So anyway, I counted them all out, and what I'm going to do is 1,000 in each color, and that way I can make 50 necklaces, have enough components for 50 necklaces. And I think that's a good number. And then I'll go back and start the rainbow again once I've done one of each color. And this is me showing you the mint colored ones. It was so much fun working with the mint ones. I just wanted to keep going because there's loads of variations in mint. There's true mint, there's aqua mint, there's all the different glass ones. Oh, this is me showing you them. And I've got some ducks. I've got some clear glass beads that are faceted, and they're really beautifully made. And then I've got a couple of different types at least 3 different types of flowers, and there's the ducks and the gummy bears. I absolutely love the pastel gummy bears, and some fancy retro looking beads, and the glass pearls in various sizes and different tones. Some of them are sort of lighter, almost on the whitish end of mint, and other ones are like a really true mint, and they're much bigger. So yeah, it was so much fun working with all the different ones. Anyway, so this is 1,000 of those, and then I'm like, okay. So I used up about half the mint bag of mint beads, maybe, not even. And now I'm moving on to the acid greeny color. This is sort of a mix of acid green, neon yellow, and all different ones that I think they don't really go, but they clash in an interesting way. So yes, I had 740, so I needed 260 more of these. And so what you do is you get this little metal thing, and then you have to put a bead with a small hole on the end so that the little holding plate doesn't slide through. If you put a hole with the bigger bead, then it sort of slides through. So I've just decided that it's easier, instead of starting each individual component trying to search for a little bead, I decided I'm just going to put the small bead on, and then I'm going to lay out all the bigger beads. And it's like setting up, pre-dinners, hors d'oeuvres, whatever. It's so much fun. You're like, I'll have a few of these and I'll have a few of these. So first of all, I did 120 flowers, and then I did some bows and some ducks, and then there's only 50 left at this point. And then I filled up with the little tub that I was using, and now there's just one lot to go. I think there's about 50 more to go, but look at them. Aren't they beautiful? So yes, and I'm just keep making all the components, because once you've made, and this is so, I replenished my snacks board of beads with all different sorts of beads. It's so much fun. And then this, oh, sorry, this is the one where that previous lot was the flowers. And then I shot this footage quite a few days ago. So yes, this is the second batch that I'm doing. This is the ducks and the bows, and I've made a sample one. So it's just a tiny little bead on the end, then the duck, and in no time at all, the entire little container is full again. So yes, these are my bows and my ducks, and I've still got, here we go, a few more to go. And I think at this point I was doing 20 little sticks per box. For my next batch, spoiler alert, I'm doing pink ones after I finish all this. I decide that I'm going to do pink ones next. So I do the little bead on the end. And for the pink ones, I've only got like 50 or something. Oh, this is me showing you the ducks. So they're swimming across, and then the ducks magically change colour into mint. And they keep swimming across the box of beads. So, yes, what can I say? You get bored when you do this sort of thing. So, yeah, and then I'm just finished on the home straight here. It's so much fun laying out the beads. Actually, for the pink ones, I've just got this massive long tray, and I've just sort of put, because all the pink ones were mixed. So, yeah, and the last few, I finished off the bows, and then with the remaining little sticks, I just did a few more flowers. So, yeah, I really like having flowers. So there's some colours where I don't have flowers. I'm not sure what I guess by that time I'll be better at doing them. But the flowers sort of just fill it out a bit. So I think they're really good. Anyway, so there we go. I have done 1,000 of the acid green, 1,000 of the mint green, and now I have to, yes, I really should start making necklaces, but the next stage after you've made all the components is to attach each component to the chain with the jump ring. And I did buy jump rings, but I feel like they're too small and they're the wrong size wire. So I bought 20 gauge ones in 5 and 6 centimeters, but then I've just went and I just bought other ones that are 18, like in a stronger wire, and so a thicker wire, and they're also larger. So it's just, I think it's going to look better. Anyway, this is me showing you that the next thing I have to do is make more of the colors that I already have. So with this one here, I almost have 500 of those. So I'll probably make just a couple more to get it up to 500. And it's half the amount, but yeah, I think that's enough. I do like that mix. These are the ones that were inspired by Chanel tweed that I bought 16 years ago, something like that, a very long time ago. And I think these colours look great together, but I guess it's not everyone's cup of tea. So I'll do it's a half batch of those ones there. And I was originally going to put acid green in between, but I think they kind of look good. I don't know. We'll see. Once I come to the point where I'm making the necklaces up, I'll decide then, but I don't know. I really like them. I was had to get them out of the bag they were in and to count them into the Tupperware container. And they're just so beautiful. I would totally wear these necklaces. Anyway, so these are all the head pins I have left at the moment. Yes, I did order more. So we've got pinks. I happen to have small beads, tiny beads in pink, mauve, white, cream and beige. So those are the colours that I did because those are the ones that I have to make more of anyway. So yes, there's in these boxes, there's 100 because I just did the tiny bead at the bottom. there's 100 in each one. And yeah, that was a bad idea. I just got in like the mindset I want to do all the tiny beads first. So I tried to cram them all in. And yeah, probably won't be doing that again. It's much better if there's only 20 in each little box thing. But when you're making the components, you have to sort of hold your pliers a certain way. So my hand needed a rest because I'd been making so much stuff. So I was like, that's why I did so many of them. So that's where we are. Oh, actually, I think I ended up making about 5 or 6 of the pale pink components, and I've started on those ones. Yes, spoiler alert, I chose to do the pale pink. I do like the mauve beads, but I think I've got these other pale mauve beads that I haven't added yet in these oval faceted ones. So I'll have to hunt them down and add them to the mix because I really like them. But so yeah, I decided to go with the pale pink, and as you can see, yeah, it's a little bit late. So not very cinematic, but that's where I am at the moment. And oh my gosh, I adore those ducks. They're quite hard to use because they're very big, so you don't have much room on either side to put a bead, but they're so cute. And the gummy bears. Love the gummy bears. And the flower. I like them all. Anyway, so that's it for this episode. I'm not sure how interesting it is, but clearly I am entertaining myself and I'm getting a lot made, so that's good. But yeah, I'm not sure I'll have the pink ones finished by next time there's time for an episode. So you might end up actually seeing the bead KonMari that I did in January this year. I was going to show it last week, but then when I got to where I keep the old episodes on my YouTube studio, there I noticed that the Peace Rose jacket, which is even older than the bead KonMari one, was still there, so I posted that one instead. So maybe this week you will see the bead KonMari, which is super interesting. Actually, you get to see my fish beads. I've got these big brass or bronze fish beads. They're really cool. Ugh, that white fabric really shows the dirt, doesn't it? In beading videos, what they do is they have a light grey beading mat underneath, and it still shows the dirt, but it's not quite so gross as white fabric, which I clearly need to keep washing every week or whatever. The point of a beading mat is so that the beads don't roll off, but also so that you can wipe because they drill the holes in the middle unless they're pressed glass ones, and it's to get rid of the dirt in the hole. And so you have to have a mat that can get dirt, the point of it is to get the dirt off the beads so that the beads are nice and clean as you work with each individual one. So yeah, maybe I'll get I do have some light grey fabric, maybe I'll put that down instead. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It doesn't really feel appropriate to say happy sewing at the end of each video anymore. So happy crafting, happy making things. Until next video, stay safe. Oh, at the start of the video, you know how I go, hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. Well, I had the caption after I upload everything to YouTube. I watch it through just to make sure there hasn't been any glitches or whatever in uploading, and the captions happen to be on, and it says, like I say, hello and welcome, I hope you're safe and well, but the captions say, hi, I hope you're sleeping well, which is like so random. I mean, obviously I do hope you are well rested, but pretty random. Anyway, bye for now.